How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today I'm going to be continuing my Sharks of Summer series. Sharks of Summer is a series I do around here where once a week, at least once, I talk about a shark movie. And today we're gonna do kind of a sequel to something I did last year. Last year, I went and showed you guys my complete shark movie collection. So this year, I'm going to show you guys all the new additions. And since I did Sharks of Summer last year, I've kind of been hunting for new shark movies between the two Sharks of Summer. And I've actually managed to grab up 20 new shark movies. So that's pretty crazy. 20 shark movies. Well, really a little more because one of them's a multi-pack. One of them is on Blu-ray, sadly only one. The rest are DVDs, but lots of interesting stuff in here. As we go through, I'll tell you a little bit about what the movies are about, and I'll tell you if I have a full review on them. But anyway, without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera and see these movies up close. So to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside a castle taking a closer look at those new shark movies. Let's bring the first one up to the camera. This is Great White, and this is actually a Shudder movie. So that's always cool. I collect a bunch of Shudder movies. Getting it one that's a Shudder movie and a shark movie, that's always pretty cool. And I do love this cover of her shooting the flare gun right at the shark, and there is a little bit of embossment, and this is a little shiny. And on the back, we see them inside their little inflatable boat. It says that they're on a plane, they crash into the water next to a shipwreck, and they're trying to survive on this little boat, which would be bad enough, but of course, sharks are coming. Special features, behind-the-scenes photos, and the making of. Let's go ahead and slide this out. We can see the same cover again. This has one of those little clasps on it. And there's the disc, and there's the advertisement for Shudder, the Channel Zero teeth guy. Anyway, so that's our one Blu-ray, and it's also a Shudder movie, which I think is cool. I'm going to try to do the first couple by sections. So after the Shudder, we're going to move into Walmart direct-to-video movies, and these are all shark movies I got direct-to-video from Walmart within a year, pretty much, since last Sharks of Summer, and I think there's like 7 or 8 of them. Let's start off with Alien Shark. This, as we can see at the top, is a Walmart exclusive, and also features the bonus movie Mysterious Island. I actually did a whole review for this, which actually you guys really did show up and support. Got over 1,000 views, that's crazy, but this one from this Green Apple Entertainment Company, and last year I actually talked about one of their movies, Shark Huntress, and I really like to put them together. Isn't that cool? They kind of used the same composition, but it's all different photographs. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of funny. But this one, you get some young partying college students, and there's an alien spaceship looming over Earth that is controlling sharks because they're the dominant species on the ocean, and the ocean is the largest part of the world. And this girl who's in the army has to go and save her friends. It's not the best. It's kind of cheesy, but it's definitely a step up from Shark Huntress. Inside the same cover, and there's the disc. So, Alien Shark, super low budget, cheesy, but kind of fun. And then after that, we have Shark Bait. And I think Shark Bait was actually a Tubi original. They don't have a band on the top, you know, like Shudder will usually let you know it's Shudder. I think this was a Tubi original, but they did put it out on DVD, and flip it to the back, it talks about how there are these girls, and, well, actually it's a group of friends, 3 guys, 2 girls. They're on these jet skis that they stole, and they crash them, and once they crash them, a great white decides to start picking them off one by one, and no one knows they're out there. So, a really tight confinement movie, Done pretty well. Not the best thing ever, but considering the limitations, they managed to get away with a lot. Obviously, this art is way more extreme than anything you see in the movie, but still a good, fun movie for what it is with all those constraints. You know, the whole set is just a jet ski, right? After that, we have Saw meets Jaws with Blood in the Water. I did a review, actually, I did a review for both of these. This one as well. Your secrets will consume you. And this one, we get a group of people with chains around their ankles that are all in some way related to an event that happened in the past, and they have to figure out what happened and confess their sins in order to live, or the chains around their ankles will pull them into the water. This is super low budget, and to be honest, not really great. The whole movie being stuck in this pool, you know, you don't get too many sets outside of this. The plot doesn't really have much to do. It's kind of a micro budget and not much happens movie. Obviously, again, this is way more exciting than what happens in the movie. But this is one, you know, like I say, Sharkbait was kind of Confinement. This is Confinement 2, but not near as well done as Sharkbait was. Open it up. The disc is the same as the front. And yeah, Saw meets Jaws. Keep that in mind, because this actually isn't the only one of those that I have. Moving along after that, Beneath the Surface. I actually, this one came out quite a few months ago. I still haven't watched it yet. I really need to get to this. Beneath the Surface, and we get this nice picture where she's yelling out and there's the big shark fin, and it talks about on the back that there was this girl and she survived a shark attack, but now she's having like nightmares and it's hard to escape. Even though she escaped, it's hard to mentally escape. So kind of a cool, I survived but I'm still dealing with the trauma movie. Haven't seen this one yet, but sounds interesting. But yeah, I think this one came out a lot earlier in the year than the other ones of these. They kind of put the shark movies out in the summer, and I mean, hey, that's summers for sharks, right? This next one, Bull Shark, flip it to the back, and it talks about how there's the sheriff, a young girl died, and the mayor is trying to cover up that there's a shark attack, and the coroner lies, and yeah, that sounds a lot like Jaws, but with a bull shark. Haven't watched this one yet. I saw the trailer, it didn't look that great, but it's a shark movie. I'll add it to the collection, and maybe I'll watch it next year, but not in a super big hurry for this one. And once again, the disc is the same as the front. Kind of funny when you put them together. They cropped the image, but you get just a little bit of her foot right there. Didn't bother to Photoshop that out. Anyway, Bull Shark, it might be good, I don't know. Anyway, after that, we have the movie Blood Bite. Smarter, faster, and deadlier. Flip it to the back, and it says that there's this aquarium, and the guy who owns it wants more visitors, so he decides to genetically alter the sharks to make them tougher. However, they're going to get out, and it's going to be starting to attack people. So sounds like Deep Blue Sea meets that Jaws movie. Was it Jaws 3? They were at the amusement park? Might be something like that. Again, this is one on my to-watch pile. But that's Blood Bite. Again, the disc is the same as the front. And these are all actually Bull Shark, Blood Bite, and this next one, Land Shark, are all actually ITN movies. But there's Land Shark with a really crazy and over-the-top cover. I think this is one of those CG extreme movies, you know, where it's like, hey, we got CG, let's just make a big crazy thing. Haven't seen this one yet. You guys tell me if it's any good. But flip it to the back, and it talks about how the military made a giant shark, but of course, it got out, and now it's attacking innocent citizens. And we do get this image, big giant shark, and little girl on the bike. And I think this is actually an Asian movie, so a Asian horror movie with a shark in it. And open it up, there's the disc, a nice close-up on the land shark. Now, it is worth noting, there was a Saturday Night Live bit called Land Shark. This has nothing to do with that. And they also made another land shark movie before this, which was a funnier version. I think this is more action heavy, but there is another land shark, and I should try to find that one too. Anyway, so these are all the Walmart ones. After that, the Asylum movies. Now, if you remember last year, I had collected Sharknado 1, 2, 3, and 6 before I did this video, and since then I have managed to pick up Sharknado 4 and Sharknado 5 Global Swarming. Now, I do have reviews for the entire Sharknado series, and I did actually do a Sharknado Complete Collection video if you want to see more of these. But anyway, Sharknado 4, this is the kind of the road trip movie. They start off in Las Vegas, and you can see him on the back. There's the Golden Gate Bridge, and there's a robotics guy that tried to stop the Sharknadoes. And there's the disc on the inside. And then after that, Sharknado Global Swarming. This is the one where they go all around the world, and it's kind of anthology. So we can see the pyramids and Big Ben there. And yeah, this is kind of more of an anthology movie than the others. Flip it to the back, like National Treasure, but with sharks. And a whole bunch of craziness going on there. Sharknado 3, definitely the high of the series, but 4 through 6 were still pretty good. So there are the other two in the Sharknado series that I picked up since last time, and now I have them all. After that, remember when we talked about Blood in the Water and I said, keep Jaws meets Sharks in mind? Well, now we have Shark Week. So the Asylum doing a mockbuster of a Discovery Channel idea, and we see up at the top a terrifying thriller creature mashup, Saw meets Jaws. So yeah, two of those in a row there. And this movie, you basically get this guy, he's mad at all these people that are in some way responsible for his son's death, and he's a big gangster, and it is kind of like Blood in the Water, but instead of chains, it's usually some other reason they have to do this, and they go between pools and like water and caves and stuff. So it's this one a little cheesier, a little funner, kind of stupid and not the Asylum's best thing. Definitely better than Blood in the Water though. Anyway, open it up, we can see the former rental sticker there, and the disc is basically the same as the front. Got one of those recycle symbol there. Anyway, keeping to the Asylum, here's a new edition, Megalodon Rising. I actually talked about the original Megalodon quite recently on this channel, and it's actually kind of funny. Look at the two covers together. They're different sharks, but both of them are eating a very similar submarine. But we can see this time around we have Tom Sizemore, Too Big to Fail, and if we look at the description, a giant creature thrill ride in the tradition of Godzilla and Jaws. And even with the slipcase off, that is the only description we get. Talking about the first Megalodon, I thought it was fine, but it was one of the Asylum's drier movies, and I wanted it to be goofier, funner, and over the top. I saw the trailer for the second one. It does look better, so I'm hoping that this one is a little better than the first one. Anyway, there's the disc. Once again, same as the front. But anyway, I'm probably going to be talking about this one next week, I hope. So hopefully it's better than the first one, because the first one was a little underwhelming. Anyway, after that, this is actually the 3-pack that started out Sharks of Summer this year. Shark Attack 3-pack from Wild Eye. And this has Sharkenstein, Raiders of the Lost Shark, and Shark Exorcist, and descriptions and pictures of the shark on the back, and open it up, and they're all crammed onto one disc. Now, I have reviewed all these movies individually and did do a review of the pack as a whole. But basically, Sharkenstein, good, stupid, cheesy, low-budget movie. Raiders of the Lost Shark, definitely a step down. A micro-budget shark movie that tries but isn't as cheesy fun as Sharkenstein. But this last one, Shark Exorcist, out of all these movies, that's the worst one. Shark Exorcist is a nothing burger of a movie where next to nothing happens, and they literally just pad out the runtime by showing people walking around and doing nothing. It's easily the worst. And as far as mockbusters, Sharkenstein's a decent mockbuster, but barely an Indiana Jones parody and barely an Exorcist parody. So Sharkenstein's worth it if you like cheesy stuff. Raiders isn't as good, and Shark Exorcist is absolutely terrible. Anyway, moving on. By the way, that was the end of the Asylum at Megalodon Rising. Now we're in the assorted section. But here's one that I had last time, but I couldn't find it, and I'm glad that I finally found it. I did do a review on this one. This one is really fun. This is House Shark. You're gonna need a bigger house. This movie is absolutely cheesy, absolutely stupid, and you gotta love it for that. In this movie, I mean, look at the back here. There's a shark fin coming out of a toilet. In this movie, there's a special breed of shark that can live inside your house, and it gets into someone's house, so he's having to live in the backyard in a tent with his son, and he has to get the help of a shark expert and a former realtor to get the shark out of his house. And it's at times also a funny Jaws parody. Again, very low budget, very stupid, very cheesy and over the top, but they go so extreme that you have to love it. Just when you thought it was safe to go home. Anyway, the disc is actually the babysitter getting pulled into the toilet, which I do like when they make the disc something, special and funny, so definitely would recommend that. But man, look at the spine. This is why I keep losing this movie, is the spine is just black with a tiny picture and a tiny house shark. Man, anyway, that's going to get locked in my shark collection, and I'm going to try not to lose that movie anymore. Anyway, after that, haven't seen this one yet, but it looks pretty fun. Sharktopus from Roger Corman, half shark, half octopus, all killer. And I think after this one, they did do Sharktopus versus Whale Wolf, so I'm looking forward to trying to find that one. I just picked this up. It's a used copy, so it's a little beat up. But it talks about on the back how the U.S. government made this as a weapon, and of course, once again, it gets out. And this is Roger Corman, who made a ton of B movies in the past, responsible for things like Little Shop of Horrors, the original Death Race 2000, Humanoids from the Deep. So it's cool to see him producing another cheesy new movie, and we got a big shiny disc there. Anyway, haven't seen that one yet, but definitely on my to-watch list. After that, we have one from the Maneater series. This is Shark Swarm, Fear Travels in Packs. But the Maneater series, I've collected about 2/3 of them, so I really do want to get to the shark ones this time around. And I had a Malibu Shark Attack from last year. I bought that one. Now I have this one, and it's cool. Got some embossing. Flip it to the back, and it talks about how there's a swarm of great white sharks, a shark swarm that's killing people during tourist season. And we get all these bloody fins, and a lot of times you'll find with the Maneater series, you take the slipcover off, and the Maneater branding is gone. So this is just a slipcover they added to make it part of the series. And, oh man, it's got these things. There we go. And there's the disc. Same as the front, but a little paler. Anyway, the thing with this movie, and I want to watch it because I want to watch all the Maneater series, but the problem with this movie, 164 minutes. This shark movie is almost 3 hours long. Oh man, I do not know when I'm gonna have time for that. I do want to watch it though for the Maneater series. Anyway, after that, this one I think is actually pretty popular. Bait 3D. And this one, it's a hurricane that hits this grocery store, and now that the grocery store is flooded, sharks swim around in it. So it's survival, a bunch of random strangers in a grocery store, which I think is a pretty fun, cheesy idea. Hope the movie comes out that way. And also, look at this. DVD and Blu-ray plus 3D. So this is DVD size, but it actually has a Blu-ray in there, so I was mistaken when I said this was the only Blu-ray. Anyway, slide it open. You can see the title without that Walmart sticker. Clean up on aisle 7. And on the inside, there's Bait. This is the Blu-ray with the picture, and the DVD is just clear. Anyway, put that back on. And moving right along, we are going to talk about, oh, this is another big one. Sky Sharks. I know this one, when the trailer got out, a whole bunch of people were sharing it. It's a good, cheesy, goofy idea, but basically, people find an old German World War II ship long thought to be lost, and they open it up, and a bunch of sky sharks and apparently zombies come out of this as well. So this one looks like it's got a decent budget, looks like it's got some cheesiness behind it, and the sharks fly through the sky. I mean, that's really hard to beat too, you know. The inside, they do take advantage of this clear case and put the inside of the ship on there, and the disc is pretty much the same as the front. So haven't seen this one yet, but definitely looking forward to it. Anyway, after that, kind of an older one. I think this was from 2004, and this is Blue Demon. I think, once again, yeah, Blue Demon is a code word. It's a military weapon, and of course, the military weapon's going to get loose and start to attack people. So this is from 2004, which I think was closer to Deep Blue Sea than anything else. But yeah, an older shark movie, because a lot of these shark movies are kind of modern. But looks interesting. Do want to check it out pretty soon. I only have a few weeks left of Sharks of Summer, so I'm going to have to really get cracking and try to get a lot of these out. After that, well, it looks like a cheesy shark movie. This one might be fun. 90210 Shark Attack. And you see the big shark knocking down the Beverly Hills sign, Beverly Hills Corpse, and a bunch of these ladies running away from it. And flip it to the back, and it talks about how the ocean is a half a mile away, but a bunch of people are getting killed by what appears to be shark attacks. And it talks about, this is the unrated director's cut, and the director also did Grizzly Rage, Leeches, and Puppet Master 3. This is David Duchovny. So, looks like a cheesier movie. Definitely want to see what's up with that. Hopefully it's really fun. But anyway, that's 20 shark movies, 19 DVDs, a Blu-ray, and then Bait 3D also has a Blu-ray stuck in it as well. So that's all the shark movies that I got since last Sharks of Summer. Lots of cool stuff. I covered about half of these, and if I haven't covered them and it's a movie you think is really good, definitely let me know. And if you have any more recommendations, definitely let me know as well. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll put my Sharks movies playlist at the bottom. If you want to see the ones of these that I have a review for, plus a bunch of other ones, plus part 1 where I showed you guys my initial collection. All that stuff should be in there. I don't have a review for everything, but I definitely am working on getting as many of them as I can done. So anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. If you want to see a bunch more of me talking about shark movies, a playlist should come up on the bottom. That'll be my shark movies playlist. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Have a good day now.